welcome to the Sandy Uke. Today I have the Makala Learn to Play Ukulele Starter Kit, and I'm going to go through with you the Learn to Play guide that comes with it and talk to you about the parts of the ukulele, how to read the chord charts, and how to place your fingers on the fretboard to read the chord charts. So starting off, when you open your starter quick guide, you'll see the parts of the ukulele right here. You can review them yourself. But when I'm talking to you and I refer to the fretboard, you'll see that the fretboard is the top part where you're going to place your fingers. The frets are in between the fret wire, and then of course you have the strings. So you want to get familiar with your ukulele, and you can do that by looking at the parts right here. And then as you go through the guide, they do have an option to download a tuning app, which you can do, so you can tune your ukulele. It also talks about the common tunings, which is the G, C, E, A. And then it talks about strumming, and then we're going to get over to chords. So I wanted to talk to you about how to actually read these chord charts. So when you look over here, I'm going to show you, we're going to start with the C major chord. When you look at the chord chart, you're going to look at it like your instrument is standing up just like this. So your first string is the smallest one. Well, it's not the smallest on the soprano uke, it's the smallest on a guitar. Smallest over here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you'll notice on the chord chart, there is a dot on the 3rd fret on the 1st string. So if you look at that C major, you can see that you would place your finger on the 3rd fret in the 1st string, and then you go ahead and turn your ukulele so that you're holding it the proper way. And then that C major chord would look like this. Now this is a 1st position chord. If you'll notice, I'm using my 3rd finger because I am in the 3rd fret. Sometimes you'll have more than one finger in a fret and you'll have to double up. But generally speaking, if it's in the 3rd fret, you'll use the 3rd finger. Now when you fret the instrument, when you fret the chord, you're going to be holding your thumb on the back of the neck to help apply the pressure. And then you are going to strum all of the strings. You're going to hold that, fret it down, use the thumb on the back, take your pick or your thumb, however you'd like to play, and then press, and then start from the high string up here and strum all the way down. And that is a C major chord. Now, the way that you know what kind of a chord it is by the way it's written in the music. So when you see just a regular C, F, or a G, that is a major chord. If you see a lowercase m beside it, that makes it a minor chord. If you see an uppercase M, that makes it a major 7, but typically a major 7 will be written M-A-G, 7, or a triangle if you're a jazz player. But just a regular uppercase chord with nothing else by it is a major chord. So you have your C major. One of the most popular and easy to play chords on the ukulele. So let's play it together. 8 strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's talk about strumming a little bit. As you get further into the book, it does talk about strumming. But just to get started, I'd like you to try just going down, down, up, down, down, up. And when you do your up strum, you don't typically strum all of the strings backwards. You'll just hit maybe 2 or 3. So you want to go down, strum them all, and then down again, and then a quick little up, and then down, down, up. So you're not really trying to rake through your whole instrument. You just want to go down and a nice soft up. And the beat goes 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. And if you're not using a pick, you can just use your fingers. You can use the top side of your fingernails, or you can use your thumb. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and down, down, up, down, down, up. Now that again is a C major chord. So in the key of C, you're going to have 3 major chords. It's going to be C, F, and G. So let's talk about F. And when you look at your starter guide, the next, in fact, it actually says up here chords in the key of C. And so these are the most common chords in the key of C. There are some others, but these are the common chords in the key of C. F, you will see, if you take your instrument and hold it up like this, you will see that the F has a dot in the first fret on the second string and on the second fret and on the fourth string. So you want to look at the chord chart, look at your instrument like this, and see if you can kind of relate that. Turn your instrument the right way, and then there's your F chord. And you're going to play all of the strings again. So let's do a strum on that one. Let's do down, down, up, down, down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, down, up. If you can't get the up strums, it's okay to just go down, 2, 3, 4. And also, I'm going to remind you again to hold the pressure on the back of the neck. If you're not holding the pressure on the back of the neck with your thumb, it's going to come up and you're going to hear some buzzing. You don't want to hear that. You want to make a nice, strong pressure with your fingers. Now we're going to move on to the G chord. If you look at your G major, you do have two fingers in the same fret. They're both in the second fret. So looking at your G major, you're going to put your first finger on the third string, second finger on the first string, third finger on the second string. And that is your G major. 2, 3, 4. And the final chord in the key of C that's in your starter ukulele book is the A minor. And if you look at the chord, you'll see that you have in the second fret on the fourth string all the way up to the top. And the chord diagram is again like this. And then you'll turn your uke this way and then play again. So on the minor chord, you're going to see a capital A with a lowercase m. That designates the fact that that is a minor chord. It's a minor chord would be a sad chord. You'll hear a happy chord and a major chord, a sad chord and a minor chord. So let's play that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. If you'd like to do the down ups, let's try that now. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. So you have in the key of C, a C major. That is the 1 chord, and I'll talk to you about that in another lesson, the 1 chord. An F, which is the 4 chord, the G, which is the 5 chord, and then the A minor, which is the 6 minor, relative minor chord. Again, you can come into some of my other lessons to learn the theory behind that, but you've got the C. Let's go down, down, up, down, down, up, F, down, up, down, down, up, G, and back to the A minor, and then end on the C. So those are the basic chords in the key of C that are in your starter ukulele book. I actually really like this book because after that it moves on to the key of G. And again, you'll look through these chords and hold them exactly the same way, looking at your instrument like this when you look at the chord chart. But just to review with you, you'll look at it. G is in the 2nd fret and the 3rd fret. Then you have C. And then the 5 chord in that key is D. And you'll go all 3 fingers in the 2nd fret for a D. And then the relative minor is the E minor. And you'll see on this one, I move up into 2nd position, which means I'm on the 2nd fret. 1, 2, and 3, and strum them all. E with the lowercase m means E minor. You play through that one. So if we're going to play in the key of G, let's play through that one time. 1, 2, ready, and G, down, down, up, down, down, up, C, down, down, up, D. Let's go back to a G here, now to an E minor, and now to a G. Of course, practice those chords, mix them up however you'd like to learn. So that is a review of the quick start guide to the Makala Learn to Play Starter Kit. Go ahead and subscribe to the Sandy Uke by clicking on the Sandy Uke logo down at the bottom. You also see the links to some other videos, the unboxing of the Makala, and some of the other instructional videos that are on there. If you want to find out other things you can play on the ukulele or also guitar, You can go to www.sandyuke.com, or you can go right to just the YouTube channel of the Sandy Uke. Keep on playing.